Hello lovely family and friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you cassava fufu or cassava banku, or what our lovely Ivorians will call it, plakali. We are making this from scratch, so join me. We definitely need cassava for this. It's a root tuber, right? As we're making this from scratch, we need some fresh cassava, okay? You can use frozen cassava if you want, but if you're using frozen cassava, when you buy it, leave it in the bag for about 2 to 3 days before you take it out to, remove the stem, and then you blend. Okay, that's what I do to make it very soft. Or you can just let it thaw and then you blend. You remove the stems and blend. For me today, I'm using the fresh cassava. So just so that it goes easy on your blender, you have to cut it into small pieces depending on how powerful your blender is. If you don't have a powerful blender, you may have to shred this. You can use a grater to grate it to become smaller pieces, or if you have the time and energy, you can cut this into much smaller chunks than I am doing now. Okay, the next thing I will do is I'm going to wash it very nicely. I'll wash it 2 or 3 times. I will show you just twice, okay, because I don't have time. Or you don't have time to be watching me wash cassava. Okay, so yeah, wash it nice and clean, and then the next thing we'll do is to blend it, right? Turn it into your blender. That's what I'm going to do right now. It goes straight into my blender, and then we'll blend it. We are making this from scratch. When you do it this way, what it means is that you're going to let it sit for 3 days at least before you can use it, okay? Unless you like to eat your cassava like that, like proper Ghana fufu, where we don't let it ferment. But this is going to be like Banku, and the more fermented it is, the nicer it tastes. Once this is nicely blended, you just pour it into your sack. So you can use what we call in Ghana esam kotoku. Otherwise, you can get yourself one of these nylon or whatever it's called. You can get some from Nima Market, what they used to sieve our sakoko. But this one I'm using fruit bags. Okay, we get them in our supermarkets here. I let this sit for 5 days because it is colder here. In a warmer climate, 3 days is enough. It fermented enough, and then all the water will drain into your, through your sieve, right? And then you have your cassava dough. So this is basically cassava dough. You're making cassava dough from scratch, right? If you already have cassava dough, you can just sieve it and then you make your plakali or your cassava fufu or cassava banku with it, right? I take some into my pot and I add water, dissolve it nicely. So this, when you make it, the beautiful thing about making your own dough is that there will be no sticks in it. The stems would disappear because you would have removed all of that before blending. Okay, so I added some salt and now it's ready to go. This is the fastest and simplest banku you make because cassava dough is so soft. It cooks so quickly. That's why we add it to our corn to make the banku, so that it becomes, otherwise your corn banku become very hard, right? The cassava dough softens our banku for us. So you cook it as you cook your banku, or see as you see me do, right? Okay, it's very easy. This doesn't stay on the hob or on fire for long. Trust me, it cooks really quickly. So we're pressing it against the saucepan to crush any lumps, right? So that we get a very nice and smooth plakali or smooth cassava fufu. When I was telling you that when you're using the frozen one in bags, you leave it out for 3 days. What that means, leaving it out for 3 or 4 days, it's fermenting as it's sitting there, okay? It's fermenting. And once it is 3 or 4 days, you blend it and then it's ready to go. You just sieve it and it's ready to go. So once your fufu or your banku forms into one bowl, you add a bit of water as you saw me do, and then you let it boil. Then you start to stir it again, right? You start to stir it. And what's the difference, what will make you know that this is ready is that as you see, some bit is whiter than the other. Some bit is white and some bit is like off-white, okay? So the off-white is the color we're going for. The white is the raw one. So make sure you get all your banku or your fufu or your plakali to look like that. As you see, that is when it's ready, right? So when it's ready, all that you do is form it in balls, or however you eat it. You can just turn it straight into your bowl and you eat it. Or what I did is just form it into balls and in a plastic bag, right? So that it keeps it nice and warm and soft, so that there is no film forming around it, and then it becomes very hard, and eating it is like you are chewing. You're supposed to be swallowing, not chewing. Okay, yeah, okay, so this is how it looks like. Very nice and soft. And it's advisable to eat. You don't eat this with pepper, please. No, something very slimy. And yes, a bit cool minimum. So okro, no, our Ivorian brothers and sisters call it what? Gumbo, right? Gumbo, you get some gumbo sauce, and then there you go. All right. So that is it, done. Lovely, lovely recipe. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me once again, and I will see you in the very next one. Bye.